I think we're live.
Yeah,
Hey.
we are. Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
Doing great. Just juggling through things. I know we had a little bit of an interesting time hopping on here, but I'm glad we're doing it. And
Yes.
the topic that we were going to discuss is drum roll. Where's my drum roll?
That's what I thought. Drum roll.
Okay, the number one thing that has changed your life this year. So why don't you go first and I'll go after you.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I would say a little backstory. In February of this year, I attended Grant Cardone's 10X Growth Conference.
10x.
Um, what's that?
10x.
Yes, 10X. So the 10X principle is basically that you expand everything in your life by 10 times. And you do 10 times the amount of work that you think needs to be done to basically get 10 times the results. That's like a super short version of it.
I would love 10x
But
so many things.
yes. So I attended the conference. It was in Vegas. It was before the whole thing we have going on right now. It was amazing. And I heard from people like John Travolta, Usher, Kevin Hart, Magic Johnson, Dana White, like so many top people in their own field. And I noticed a couple of common characteristics that they all had. And one of those was that they all wake up early. Like having an early morning, early routine was a really common thing that they all brought up. Outside of, they all said, I outwork, like they outwork everybody else.
Okay.
So, anywho, but I think that also with waking up early, because when you wake up early, you're able to outwork other people because you just have more time.
Sure.
So I started implementing that. And I've gotten it to where I wake up at 5 a.m. every single day,
Okay.
which is funny being in quarantine, especially last month with nowhere to go, but I was still getting up at 5 a.m.
Right.
Every single day, even on the weekend, because I wanted that moment in the morning to myself. You know, my husband's still asleep, everybody else is asleep, my phone isn't going off, and you can just plan your day, like write down what you're grateful for, write down your goals, like build your vision, just really take that time to like grow yourself. And then once everybody else is awake, you've already had that like you time. So I've been implementing that and it's just totally changed, been like a total game changer for myself. I had my biggest month ever in my business last month.
Congratulations.
Promoted myself to the next level in my business. Thank you. So yeah, I would say that's the biggest.
That's amazing. So you actually had your biggest month during Corona.
I did.
And you got a promotion. Okay, so we can dispel any rumors that everyone has to be negatively affected. Obviously, there are some to no, unfortunately, choice of their own where the place they work for did make that decision. But what you're doing is pretty amazing because you're your own boss in this sense, right?
Absolutely.
That's cool. How much earlier are you waking up now versus before?
Well, I wake up at 5 in the morning. I used to wake up 9, so 4 good hours earlier.
So I'll just restart. So similar to what you were saying on waking up earlier, right? Like what I found helped me the most is being more intentional with my time. Because yes, waking up early gives you an edge over other people, but you actually have to use that time for something, right? And I think for people who have less time than others could still outperform them because they use their time so well. So
totally.
For me, how that's changed my life is I looked at every area of my life that I want to participate in. So that would be my business, that would be my health, that would be my family, that would be my music, that would be my friends' time. That would be my personal development time, right? That would be my dog, right? So I have like 7 things just off the top of my head. And I wanted to make sure that all of those were being participated in, because each one of those things gives me happiness and joy. So I too wake up typically like 5 a.m., right? Just like you. And I start my day off playing music. And the reason why I play music so early, some people might be like, oh my gosh, like, why do you have to play that early? Well, I have a 17-month-old and, you know, I have work, like you were saying, like people just start texting you and calling you. They want to get a hold of you. And, you know, sometimes you're so connected to other people, they just reach out to you. So that time is like my sacred time, that 5 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Exactly.
Music, that's just it, nothing else. And
Yep.
doing that, I've played more music in the last, you know, 3 weeks than I have in probably the last year, which is insane, right? Because just like with time, you know, you don't, well, sorry, just like with money, like it's an investment, it's a resource. You choose where it goes, or someone or something else chooses where it goes. But unlike money, you don't restart with your bank account full every day. But with time, you do. So you might as well use that time in such a way where you can use it and it give you the biggest benefit back to you, really.
I love that analogy.
Thank you. I might be using it a lot just because people feel like it.
Say that again, because it cut out.
Sure. Do you have any questions with being more intentional with your time? Or anything that you about that, applying it for yourself?
Well, I think it's kind of cool how both our things tie in together. Actually, that wasn't planned. That just happened. A thing that I do to make my time more intentional is I write out. I have a 10x planner, of course, Grant Cardone's 10x planner, and I write out there everything that I'm doing in the day. So there's like a schedule with like time slots, and so I write down from this time to this time I'm doing this. This time to this time I have this call. This time to this time I'm at work. This time to this time I'm with my husband. So every hour around there of my day is planned out. So then I just go from one activity to the next. I'm like, okay, I have an hour to reach out to people, to grow my business, to help clients. So then boom, I'm doing that for the hour. Okay, that hour's up. What's next? I have to get dressed for work. Okay, I'm gonna go get dressed, gonna make my smoothie.
Right.
And that's part of that, being intentional with your time.
Now, does scheduling that all out, is that like stressful or a lot of work to you, or like would you rather not do that?
No, I love it. I think it's less stressful for that, to do that, than it is to what I find stressful is 6-7 p.m. comes around and you're like, wait, what did I do all day?
Sure.
I had all these things I wanted to do. I only got one thing done, because when you don't have a schedule, I feel like you get distracted, your mind wanders, you end up doing all sorts of random stuff. Sure. And I find that more stressful than having a schedule where it's just kind of like, okay, well, that's it. What's next?
Yeah.
I'm that kind of person. I find that really like kind of fun for me to get through my day with my schedule.
Yeah, we're very similar in that. I wonder if it might be a personal choice, because I've heard from some people, like they like that their day isn't structured, or that it's kind of up in the air. And I can see some validity to that, because it's kind of like it's fresh in that way. But I time block as well, like what you're doing. I block out what I'm doing. Now, what I do in those times can be different. It's more like I'm just blocking out the category of what it is I'm doing. So I still have like some kind of like freshness to what I'm doing, but I just know when the clock hits 7, right? Okay, these are the types of things that I'm going to be doing, and I can just go right into it. So that's cool.
Exactly. I agree.
Awesome. Well, we're going to post this and we're going to see what kind of feedback we get, and maybe we'll do another video based on the feedback we get on this same topic, or we'll just do something else. So thanks for hopping on with me.
Yeah. Thank you so much for doing this, and hopefully we do it again soon.
Totally. All right. Have a good day. Let you get back to your time. Bye.
Bye.